Yo, what's up, guys? Let's get it. I think it's the first video I do with these views. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, this is the new mansion. And I just wanted to do a video about very good topic 72 days without Latinas. If you guys don't understand this title, I'm a married man. I've been married for 7 years. I don't have the ring right now, so I never usually put it. It's like a white gold thing and it just scratches everything. So I really like it. I remember like sometimes I put it, I was driving the Bugatti and I was scratching the wheels. I was like, oh man, I can't just deal with this. I like plastic rings. But yeah, I had a vice, big vice, which was massive, voluptuous, full of surgery Latinas. And that was a massive vice that I didn't really actually realize was a vice. As 99% of the times, you guys have vices that you don't think it's a vice and you're not aware of. Because who that has clarity in their mind will actually destroy their lives? Like, do you think someone will actually kill himself? Do you think that you will be consciously killing yourself, right? You will not be, right? You will not be doing this, right? It's common sense, right? So you're doing it because you don't think it's bad for you. If you are seeing a lot of women and you think you're like a savage because like you're just like a baller, like you're just smashing all these hot chicks, all these Instagram models. I mean, first of all, bro, all those Instagram models, they usually, of course, we cannot generalize, okay? But usually they're very empty, bro. Them and you, both parties that are partaking in that vice world, in that drugs, alcohol, sex with no love. I mean, it is what it is. You guys are just trapped, like I was. And the reason why I do this video is just because I really want to help you, I want to help the world. I want to help elevate the conscious and awaken people so they can start living aligned with their true purpose and with God. And I really feel that I'm just put in this world for that, God gives me so much wisdom every day, which I'm so thankful, and I thank him every day. And it's my duty to just share it to the world. I mean, it's how I built this life. The way I built this life, starting sleeping in the couch, I came to the US in 2016. That's 2016, I think it was. Yes. 10 years ago, with a backpack. And I was living in a hostel, and now this is the views of where I have my office, one of the best areas in all Florida. I just grab my jet ski and just cruise around and I see billionaires, it's nuts. And I've done this by actually working in myself, and whatever worked for me. If I did something and got me a better body, I just share that with the world. I'm like, yo, bro, I did this and got me this result. This is crazy. And then managed to drop drugs. Hey, bro, I did this and I managed to drop drugs. Managed to make millions as a coach. Hey, guys, I've done this. Managed to do this. Managed to build an amazing marriage, find the love of my life. I mean, not find, but attract, because real love, you don't find real love. God brings you real love. Everyone, the best thing that can happen to you, the best blessing that God can bless you with is the love of your life. Nothing beats that. Nothing beats that. Nothing beats attracting the love of your life, your actual soulmate, your best fucking friend of the opposite sex. that is literally the best thing that can happen to a human being. True love, true soulmate, and trust me, dude, if you find that, you will instantly know it. I knew it the first evening I saw my wife. I met with her. I met with her to have a drink at that time. This was 2016, 10 years ago. And at that time, I was smashing two chicks, the stripper of the year in LA, and like an older milfy chick that wanted to marry me. She had money, and I was like, I just didn't want it. I mean, bro, I had so many opportunities in Australia. Also, I trained a woman that she was literally loaded, and she just wanted to marry me and just give me everything. I was like, nah, I don't want. I mean, I've always hated handouts, bro. I've never wanted a handout. Always hated it. I didn't want to feel like trash. Just the fact of thinking and accepting that was making me feel like trash, like worthless. That's the worst feeling, bro, And when I was seeing these two chicks, two hot chicks, and they both wanted something more, and I was like, no, I don't want anything more. Like, I'm just having fun. I've always been honest with women, and I met my wife, and I met her for a few drinks beside the hostel I was living. At that time, I was living in a hostel, which I didn't tell her, obviously, because I was so ashamed of telling her. I didn't want to tell her because I really liked her, and I didn't want her to just run away. So, a bit cheeky there, I didn't lie, but I didn't say the truth, I didn't need to say I was living in a hostel. But, at that time, I was not the same man, obviously, I think, I think that's kind of like one of the little things I was not proud of. I changed very fast. I didn't last long, maybe a month and a half in that hostel. So I changed that pretty fast, but, So I had a few drinks, and that same evening, bro, was like, as soon as I met her, I felt her energy. I just felt like, I felt her soul, bro. Like, literally, it was just like, I don't know, bro. It was just like fucking magic, Like, it is crazy. And I just instantly know it was my wife. I just knew it the first moment I saw her, bro. Well, as soon as I started speaking with her and felt her energy and her vibe and her soul, and it was just so peaceful, bro. Like, it's just, every time I'm close to her, it's just like I feel peace, And as soon as I left, I called my dad. I'm like, I found my wife. That's it. I mean, here we are, 10 years after. Every year we have a better and better relationship. Every year we love each other more. And it's just, real love, it's like a business. When it's successful, it keeps growing, Year by year keeps growing. You cannot just analyze it month by month. You have to see year by year. Have your relationship with your wife grown from last year to this year? Yes, no. It has to grow, bro. Has your business grown? Yes or no? It has to grow, bro. Because either you're growing or you're going down. You never maintain. But either way, I don't know. I started telling the story, but I don't know where I stopped. But women, okay. I found something more painful than death, and it's women that are traps, I think you call it a trap, right? Yeah, a trap. These women that are traps, they have, they have like their heart is a nest. You call it a nest. Let me see 1 second in English, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure in English how you say red. No, but red as in fucking. fishing net, yeah, like a net, when they fish with a net and they trap, they throw the net to the water and they just trap fish. That's the heart of a woman that's a trap. Her heart is like a net that traps you, and her arms is like they're like fucking chains, bro. They just fucking trap you. You're done, bro. You're done, and like men don't see this, bro. Man, I see this. I've seen this so many times with friends. I mean, I see this woman. It's a trap, and he doesn't see it. But I'm not gonna tell him, bro. It's just I've been there also, bro. This has happened to me with so many chicks. They trapped me. My first girlfriend, the first girl I loved, I had one girlfriend and then my wife. I've really just had two girlfriends, and the second one was my wife. The first one trapped me, bro. I mean, I was not experienced, and just fell in love with the wrong woman. And that's the thing. This woman, their heart is a fucking trap. But either way, nowadays, this woman catch your attention a lot with Instagram. They obviously catch your attention with the sexy photos, and you get trapped, bro. I mean, it's not about a sexy photo, The fact that a woman posts sexy photos doesn't mean that it's a trap of a woman, okay? That it's not like that, okay? But I mean, if I am looking for a wife, I would not look for a woman that's always posting, herself pretty much naked. I mean, definitely, bro. I want my wife to be sexy. I like my wife to dress sexy, but like my wife has never had this like will of like posting her out sexy. She only started her Instagram just because I told her to do it. I was like, baby, you gotta post it. You gotta do an Instagram. You're gonna be massive. I wanted her to build a personal brand, a business, which, she's never really wanted a business stuff, so that's cool. But, and I love the fact that she's how she is. But it's because of me that she started posting those kind of like photos and stuff. She doesn't come from her heart, to just betray herself out like that. But, that's not the thing. It's also when you see them just posting like material stuff, money, bags, the fact that when a girl meets a guy and the first thing she does is like post all the cars of the guy and like all this expensive stuff, like it's just what she wants to like, it's who she is, what she wants to like tell the world, so she wants to attract that, Those are big red flags, so you don't find yourself trapped in a woman like this, But yeah, I've been 72 days with no Latinas. And I say Latinas because they're the only woman that attracted me, Latinas. Like, literally. Fake Latinas, fake in the exterior wise, okay? Not in the heart. I like women which have surgery everywhere, which is just my taste, is what I am attracted to. It doesn't mean because a woman has surgery, doesn't mean because she has fake tits and ass and lips. Doesn't mean that she has a fake heart. Doesn't have anything to do, bro. Just by the fact that I am fully tatted doesn't mean that I'm a bad guy. It doesn't have anything to do. I just like this look. I just admire this look. The fact that I'm swole doesn't mean that I'm stupid. It's just I like to be swole. But that's another topic. But yeah, I basically had this big vice, which was cocaine. That nearly destroyed me. It nearly killed me of an overdose. Nearly destroyed my business, my marriage, my everything, my life. And it's probably been like 2.5 years, maybe 3, that I stopped that cocaine addiction completely. And then I developed my addiction for women, my vice for women. You drop one vice, you gain another vice, It's how it works. You just gotta be careful because you're not aware of this. I was not aware, but how I feel, oh man, I don't even fucking recognize the LLADOS of before. I was like, how how could I be doing that constantly? Like, always go to another chick, bam, and felt empty. Go to another one, bam, never felt good about it, bro. But you ask yourself why I was doing that, and how did I get out from there? Something that's very valuable for you guys that are watching this. This is, I'm telling you, bro, I've done pretty much everything that a man wants to do, and I'm just not being I'm not bragging or being cocky. It's just a fact, bro. What man doesn't want to live in a mansion like this in the water, have jet skis, a Bugatti, a Lambo, Ferrari, Rolls Royce, everything back there, just ready to just pick what you want to reach a million, you want an AP, you want a Rollie, what you want to wear, bro. Where you want to go, what gym you want to go to, where do you want to fly? You want to grab a jet now and fly to Cancun? Why you don't want to do this? Obviously you want to win at life in that sense, and I've done all that. I've flown, I don't say, if you say flown, flew, bro, I don't know the fucking tenses, okay? I'm Spanish. I've flown private jet, I bought a Bugatti, the literally the what is there after like that, bro? There's nothing. I've always liked Paganis, but I'm not even, I like how they look, but I could just fucking buy a Pagani and just, there you go, the Bugatti, I'll get a Pagani, but I don't want it, bro. The Bugatti, it is the Bugatti, bro. That's the top of like the car world, The SVJ is my favorite one. I've done all that stuff, everything. Bro, I've literally gone a full week, 7 days on a 105-foot yacht, mega yacht in Cancun with my wife, another four smoking hot Latinas. Full week, living in a yacht, traveling around Mexico. Come on, bro. That's a dream. Flying jet with these chicks, going dinner to the best restaurants in Cancun, in Mexico, in Spain, literally walking into a restaurant with 4 tents, done all that, bro. I've done all that, and I'm telling you, that's not winning, bro. And how did I get out of there? I'm gonna tell you right now, the only way, it's when God likes you. When God likes you, He will give you the wisdom that will make you free from all these women. It's only wisdom that will make you free, bro. Real wisdom, and just when I started, focusing more and more on God, and just, receiving that infinite intelligence, downloading those WhatsApps, just daily, being aligned, putting the work, suffering. I was doing all that, except I had the woman part, It got to a day where it was clear. It was clear, and that's the only way of getting out of that trap, bro. Real wise man has one woman. And gotta give credit here, obviously, as always. When someone deserves credit, you gotta give credit. Literally now it's like my brother Wes Watson. Literally, I was like, damn, I always saw that in him. I was like, you always say one woman, and never really understood that, But now I do, and that's, for me, as I was saying before, all the stuff that I've done, the hardest thing for me to achieve is overcome the vice of woman. That has been for me the hardest, more than buying a Bugatti. It'll be easier to buy another Bugatti than just fucking do that, because that requires a lot of commitment to the path. It requires a lot of commitment to God. It requires a lot of sacrifice. It requires obsession with with your purpose. It requires just like to just focus massively on your purpose. Not even money. If you focus on money, you will never receive this wisdom. You think God is going to give this type of wisdom to someone that only sees money? Because if God gives this type of wisdom to people that only see money, they're gonna grab that money and they just want power, bro. You know, they want these people that just want money, they want power over people. They want to have power over people. You know, people that operate, you know, from their spirit and they just operate, you know, through love and good intention. They just want to impact the world and they don't see money. They make millions, but they don't see money. This is very rare women, rare men out there. Very little, very few people make the millions, show you the millions, and don't see the money. They're operating in a different level, you know. These people are gifted this wisdom, which enables them to keep unlocking and unlocking and unlocking more people's, you know, conscience and elevate people, you know, free people, make people understand who they are, free souls, and it's just crazy, dude, you know. This wisdom is too powerful. In the wrong hands can destroy the world, bro. In the right hands can make this world a better world, and that's why not everyone is going to receive this wisdom. So if you see out there a guy with a lot of money making millions, hey, he's a multimillionaire, hey, he's a billionaire, like, I don't care. If he has many women, if he wants to have many women, he doesn't have this wisdom. Simple, right? We all see that guy coming on down the street with a Ferrari. There you go, the red Ferrari, convertible. Belly touching the steering wheel. Titties bigger than the blonde chick they have beside. And there we go. We all know that guy. You don't want to be that guy. If you're that guy, you gotta change, bro. Because you know you're not happy. And you are validating yourself with the money. And everything around you is fake. I mean, I'm not talking about the fake tits of the blonde chick that's beside, which are great, you know, nothing wrong with that. But about the fake soul, fake personality, fake interest, everything is fake, you know? That's not a life. That's death in life. So guys, there you go. That's my 72 days with no Latinas review. I literally, you guys need to experience this. I mean, I'm telling you, if you're trying to like experience this fast, it's not gonna happen. This is what has got me longer to master. And I'm 33 years old and I've done all this stuff in life. And it's literally been done 72 days ago. It's very recent. And I feel it's been like 7 years. But work for it. It will come and you'll be free, bro. And you will experience real love, you know, real flow state. I mean, also flow state, even like I experience way less fear. I experience way more time in flow state just by the fact of like just being in the spot, you know. Obviously, you know, I don't put me in that situation where I want to like go back to those women. As I'm telling you, I'm not looking at them. I don't have to impress them. I'm not putting myself in places where they are and constantly going there because you would be tempted to go back there, you know. That's it, bro. I don't go myself. I don't put myself like a table with lines of cocaine and like fake tits and fake asses in the table, you know. I mean, it would be so stupid, right? To just do that. I mean, tempt yourself to that. To be honest, like, if I'm honest right now, I've been over like 2 years and a half, maybe probably nearly 3, with no cocaine. If you put here right now cocaine in the table lines, I mean, bro, I would never do that. I'll just fucking throw it away. But if you put me right there, like, naked hot ass woman, obviously it's still gonna be inside me a little bit that wants to do that, but I'm not gonna do it. But if you attempt it constantly, bro, it's easy that finally you just fall down again there. It just needs to be a long time until you're not even like tempted. But don't put yourself in those scenarios because you don't want to be in that environment. That environment is just going down, you know. That's it, guys. Anything, you can connect with me in Instagram. I am LLADOS is my Instagram. I am LLADOS. Description down. Let's connect. Let's go for it, bro. You know, let's work to build the best life. It's a work in progress. I don't know shit. Look at me. I don't know anything, and this is where I am. So imagine where I'm going, because I'm always in this mindset. That's the only mindset, the growth mindset. Stay humble. You know, always humiliate yourself in front of God, so God can just, bam, put you up there. You know, and just blow the mind of everyone. Because God uses the people that are actually by the system seen as failures, like me. Like, I'm a dishwasher. I dropped out of college. I don't have a degree. Look at me. Look at my degree, motherfucker.